Dragon Ball Z. Hang on, didn't Quinn do that like literally last
I
recap
did.
as well?
And
You did.
yeah. They did last one time for Dragon Ball Z.
The gang in the middle of the mines. I forgot because notes are fucking still loading. We mainly made it down to the second level and fought a bunch of enemies. Mainly statues that were being controlled by specters, if I recall correctly, right?
Wraiths.
Golems.
Golem. Yeah,
Golems being
Golem's
controlled by
race.
Wraiths.
Tomato, tomato. Different words for different fucking. Um. Hearing after that tough ordeal where almost everyone was slowed, investigating more, we found a small little. Do we even dog-like creature? That's what I wrote. Dog-like creature that the party slash red or lichen somewhat gained its trust. And then we encountered some not so friendly earth elementals.
Correct.
Question mark.
Yep,
Yeah,
Earth
correct.
Elementals.
After that excruciating exchange, where our Schrodinger's cat friend is turned into a T-Rex in an incredibly tight room, and one destroyed bridge later. Thanks, Red.
Hey,
We
it killed one.
oh, good luck getting us over now. We encountered someone on the other side, which was the mother of the.
It looked like an Earth
Yeah,
Elemental, but it had armor infused into its natural body. It looked like almost it had a reaction and mannerisms almost like a mother to the creature.
that's why I wrote mother. But yes, the session was mainly combat. 1 second, I'm also coughing. And that's where we left off.
We saw, and then Cleesus sent Oswald across
Oh
to
yeah,
look, and he
Cleesus
saw
was.
some skelly
I think
boys or something.
I think I didn't write that down because I'm an idiot. Teehee, etoblet.
Rattling boners.
Yep, there was Rattling Bones. Oswald as sprite form. Oswald 2.0 had noted that they had mining pickaxes. And they seemed to be the dead miners.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I did not get that.
It didn't seem like they were mining anything, as if they were being killed to then be free labor, per se, for the mining. They almost kind of seemed like they were just roaming there idly, almost as guards or just on alarm.
Ugh.
Okay, we need to find a way to get across.
Lycan left off, I believe, with levitating to get his way over.
I'm floating across. I can see the skeletons now. Do you want me to move here? Oh my. There's more.
It doesn't seem like they. It doesn't seem like they react to you. I should make way
From
over.
what I can tell from just looking with my super eyes, there is no other way across. Just this gap. Okay.
The real tough one's gonna be getting Queen across, I'd say.
Can Queen spider climb on the walls, perhaps?
You know,
I've got an idea.
The time I fucking took spider climb off, of course we need it.
I got an idea. So I'm just looking on the map down here. I'm pinging down the southeast-ish. There's some planks over near where the like a plank bridge over on that platform. I think I could just go back there and grab the planks to try to create a new bridge.
Okay, we can see how that works.
You get Queen to help carry it. Just like we'll just put them some put a new bridge across.
Yeah.
Anyone got mend?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Everyone's got
Artificer?
mending.
Like the cantrip mend.
Yeah, damn it,
The
build
one
me a
I've been,
bridge artificer.
the one thing I've been keeping Queen alive. Speaking of which, I should probably up
Heal.
her health. Yeah.
What tool proficiencies do you have?
What tool proficiencies do I have? Definitely not like. I think I put. Oh, Smiths could work. Smith's tools.
Yeah.
Is there
Yes.
music? Yeah.
Oh, did the link not go through on the channel?
It has not.
No, we.
Oh. Alright, that's my bad. I shall fix that right now.
T-Wise, T-Wise. My cave
we go.
on beyond.
Get that good old abandoned mines.
I'm headbanging to this.
I will go start to help Kalor fetch some materials so he can use his tools
Okay.
and mending to build us a little bridge across, and then we can throw ropes and whatever across the lake and to help get it sorted out.
You will notice that this does seem to make some bits of sound here and there as you kind of work your way across using levitate and also trying to creating a bit more stronger bridge than probably these miners were comfortable with using until it is seemingly strong enough. I'll say maybe 30 minutes worth of time moving between getting everything settled and ensuring that it's functional. During this time, no other creatures seem to disturb you. Upon observation from Lycan, the skeletons below seem to kind of shamble left and right, swaying every now and then. They don't seem to do much and don't seem to react to the sound either. So the bridge is created and transversable.
Mm.
So, want to test it out?
Send Queen across.
Sure. Send the heaviest. That'd be great.
Queen says we're just. Let's go see the Underdark before Lycan gets to again.
Step, 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 step. Anything?
Crunch. No, it's fine.
Just cave in.
Yeah,
Step.
everything around caves in, but the bridge. Everyone's dead, but Queen. No, it's perfectly fine. Queen is able to cross.
Okay. Get out of the
I
way.
jumped
Cave boy.
across.
Imagine going through all that effort to build a bridge only for Red to just jump across.
Just
I see
Misty
skeletons. I could have just Misty stepped, yeah. The skeletons and the miners helpfully wrote numbers and letters on the ground in big yellow font.
uncanny.
Yeah.
Truly despicable, these creatures.
They use numbers. How barbaric.
They
They must do the thing called math. How hideous.
What's a feat? I only know meters.
Lycan, with your
My
clerical
battleship
abilities,
sunk. I don't know the metrics.
are you able to turn undead? Does the life tree let you do that?
And undead. Is that a spell or is that like a cleric thing?
Channel divinity.
Holy shit! I made the rookie mistake of thinking turn undead into like turning into an undead. Oh god.
Why, yes, I can become a zombie.
I
Bomb
was-
request.
Hold
I was
still.
about to like make the joke that he's already looking dead. Look at him.
It turns
if
into
I-
a mummy.
If I can do that, I cannot do it yet.
They must do the thing called math.
I was
How hideous.
about to like make the joke that he's already looking dead. Look at him.
If I can do that, I cannot do it yet.
I thought it
I
was a
can only
channel
do-
divinity charge, like level 2 or something? Level...
Yeah, mid to second level.
Oh, let me have a look. Channel energy from your deities, energy to feel magical artifacts is up to fixed turn
It's
on
the
dead
bottom
and
on
effect
channel
never
divinity.
turn. I see, I can do that.
Yep. And you can also do your
What's
channel
the...
divinity for Twilight Sanctuary as well, one or the other.
Ah, okay. This is one or the other. Right.
Yep. You should see in your
I thought
resource you have one
Twilight
of
was the
one.
only thing I could do. That makes sense.
Yep. Turn undead's kind of a universal all clerics have, and then their domain gives them one additional, usually, that they can choose between using one or the other.
What does turn undead do? Does it
It
tell
is
me
a
here?
wisdom save. If the creatures fail, they become frightened, have to run away for a minute or until they take damage, one or the other. And eventually, as you get stronger in cleric, they will instantly destroy. But at your current level, it just makes them afraid and run away.
That's what that is. Okay. I don't know why I thought that was what Toll the Dead did. I must have gotten confused at some point when I was watching streamers play this. Okay. I thought Toll the Dead made people scared of you.
Not just the one that does
turn
extra
undead.
damage. Mhm.
Right, okay. Yes, do you want me to jump in the center and do some holy magic?
Perhaps I'll let you use your wisdom, but maybe we'll see how they react to us first.
I mean, skeletons, dead miners,
Well, they don't seem to
could
mind us
be,
too much.
could be a trap. Earth elementals still in the area.
Um, DM, I obviously see this big hole behind them, right?
That is correct. So, as you get to about here, you will notice the shambling sounds begin to amplify. They begin to rustle and seemingly show signs of reaction to you getting closer. They don't seem to be immediately turning hostile and trying to climb up the ladders just yet. But it does appear that they may get hostile if you descend to their areas. It looks like otherwise they were just kind of... If they were turned with instructions, it was simply to attack anyone that tried to descend below, or they may have been turned undead without any form of instructions or kind of left mindlessly there. Is what you get the feeling of from at least an arcane understanding.
And we never learned what they were really doing or trying to uncover down here, right?
Correct. You'd only learned that it was originally just a standard mine. Things began to change a few weeks into before the mine itself fell into such a disastrous state, and that was before the party had arrived in Phanelin. That was when the mine was originally shut down. But before the mine was shut down, 2 weeks were into things. Things started going awry. They started noticing oddities from the miner's log, and then Halia's notes were the one that was like repasting basically previous other days as normal for those days rather than noting anything new.
So we give these miners some peace, and then see what they were looking to see what they've uncovered down here. My hunch is that they uncovered. My hunch is that they uncovered the elementals. Say
My
that
turn
again.
undead requires me to be pretty close.
Well,
Well, hey, look, conveniently placed ladder. We could just see if we can group them all up and... Well, unless they start climbing then. Yeah, have fun.
It does seem like you'd be able to easily get an upper hand or initiate combat with them quite easily in the state that they're in.
I don't trust when the DM says that. Oh, it looks like it could be pretty easy. He's baiting. He's a
We've already been
master
in a few
baiter.
fights. I gotta check how good I am at all my stats.
Alright. I'm descending.
Red
Okay.
pulls the ladder up.
As soon as his feet touch the ground.
Lycan floats back up with his arms crossed. I guess technically I'm still levitating, so I could just descend.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have to use the ladder per se. 'Cause it is
Would it
concentration
have
of
run
10
out
minutes.
by
Oh,
now
actually,
because of the
it would have
bridge?
run out, yeah, because it's only 10 minutes,
Yeah.
not an hour. So you are descending the bridge normally then, with that in mind. But you make your way down, you will notice, let me actually add a little thing here. These guys are in between. For visual reference, these guys are on 30 feet. So, as you descend 20 feet, you are now on this upper platform. Skeletons closest to you are 10 feet below, the other ones are 20 more feet below, or 40 feet from the rest of the party. At this point, they seem to kind of raise their pickaxes in your general direction, waving them as if they're going to try to be threatening towards you, but seemingly at least able to acknowledge that they're not on the same level to reach you at their current distance.
The turn undead thing, that's not like an effect, that's just a one-time thing, and if I'm
It's
not
a,
within 30...
it's an ability that you use that radius is instantaneous upon being activated, and then the effect lingers for any creatures that have failed. It's not
Okay,
like an
so I kind
aura
of
per
like...
se.
No, okay. That does change how I want to do this then. I want to try and get as many as possible, not just these two. Actually, you said these two are 20 feet below me. And these two are 10.
That's correct.
I won't be able to get to these guys, but that's half. Alright, I'll do it from here.
Okay.
By the light of Illustray, rest.
Okay. Let's see. It's 30 feet away from you. If I remember correctly. Yeah, 30 feet. Perfect. So, all but one. That'll cover half of the other one there.
Excellent.
Say. Maybe. No, it's only. Yeah, it's only gonna be just one missing no matter how you slice the pie there. Okay. So. That. With some saves coming up. And is against your spell save DC.
17.
Nice. Wisdom. Oh, that popped them all as normal. For some reason, or blanketed for some reason. Let's take the left side there, and I'll fix that. There we go. Just wondering why I didn't query it. So,
That's also public unless you meant that to happen.
that's what I was saying. Yeah, it wasn't bounded properly. Only 2 succeeded. It's weird because it did it all the correct way, and then one. One was correct. The rest of them are wrong. There should be no reason why all of them. It should be all wrong or all right, but it was one. It was perfectly fine. Anyway, with that in mind, as noted, only 2 of them have succeeded. So the rest are frightened. These 2 are not frightened to the right. The one that's out of
The
range
two that
is
are
unaffected.
closest to the ladder.
Yep.
Fuck.
Or not, and then you will notice, at least in the next 6 seconds, they will begin moving down this way.
They're not gonna jump in the hole. Claude, you still have your fireball wand? They're all clustered together.
Yeah, I haven't used it yet, so. Fuck it, let's cause a cave in! Bop!
But you haven't seen anything else happen just yet. It looks like they were affected. They run away. They're just making a lot of noise as they're running to the left side or one to the right side from you. The others seemingly that were not affected or not reached or just kind of waving their pickaxes at you as they're still not in range to hit you.
All right, I'm gonna come down. I'll go there if that's okay.
They seem to not be wanting anything unless we enter their range.
Hmm. Oops, clicked something wrong. Sorry about that.
All good.
Now let's see here. Shall we just get within range of one and see what that does? But what if we approach it non-hostilely? We don't have any. The stuff I recovered from the miners' offices. There's no like. I didn't recover any items, right? Like it was all letters.
Repeat that, sorry.
Oh, I'm just thinking out loud. No, I didn't recover like any like badges or something like something that we
Oh,
work
no.
here. But
Mhm.
all right, I'm going to speak to one. It's like we come. We are friends of Halia. We are new workers here.
Okay. You kind of like look down to it, like 20 feet below, as it's kind of raising his pickaxe. You try to speak to it. You
Yeah.
will notice no alteration in its waving of its pickaxe towards you in response. Doesn't even hesitate when you use the word Halia.
Um. Who wants to climb down and just have a shake his hand?
I'd rather not lose my limbs. Are we
I'd rather not
killing
lose
these
Queen
things?
again.
You're sending Queen down?
No, I'd rather not lose Queen again.
Oh.
Queen has been taking a consistent. They've killed Kenny beating lately.
Oh my god, they killed Queen! You bastard!
Yeah.
I'm going to start climbing down the ladder.
Okay. As you reach the bottom of the ladder successfully, you'll notice the one that's kind of raising its pickaxe. It's kind of like doing so, and as soon as your feet touch the ground, you kind of get a chilling feeling as your feet touch the ground. Maybe something of your arcane nature kind of triggers, maybe, but you're not exactly certain to what. And then the skeleton in front of you seems to then turn the pickaxe, pointing it at you, as the other one to your right also seems to turn, and they begin to both raise, triggering into a combat.
Oh.
I mean,
Ugh! Oh, hang on.
I thought that was me for a sec. I was like, oh no.
It's saying Queen, but not me, because I was highlighting Queen. Oopsie daisies.
Okay.
It's still the same initiative roll, so.
Oh, Skelly got on a 20.
And of course, it's the one right next to you.
The one super geared to go is the ones that are not frightened out of the mix. I will say that that is 8 rounds of frighten remaining on these creatures that are frightened as a note, because there's only 1 minute or 10 rounds. But that mind, let me grab this and change it to a good old combat music. And Lycan, red, and queen is yours. Let me just add you to turn order. Change you to 5 for ease. And then set ascending. Perfect. Skeleton at 21 is this up here. Like from a point of view, it's easier to see. Alright. Perfect. One of the frightened skeletons, it will remain there and take the dodge action as it no longer has space to move. This one here will step 5 feet towards you, red, and go to attack.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Using the pickaxe to do so. That is coming its way. A 6 is definitely not going to connect. That'll end his turn.
Oh, good.
Oh. This turns into a dash to get to here. End of turn. This one is frightened, no space. He can squeeze right there and then dodge. Red, here you go.
Oh, well, this is really rude of them. I was just coming down to say hello.
Yep.
Now I want you to go overkill on this. No, I can't do that. I mean, 2-leveled spells.
Just
I
go
was thinking, oh,
supernova on a bunch of skeletons.
I'll just get a Misty Step out of there and just blast sickening radiance over the whole ground. That would just be super overkill. Okay. I think I've used Blade Song twice already. And where it's proficiency bonus 4, so I have 2 more. So I will go Blade Song. That's my bonus action.
Okay.
And I will Green Flame Blade this guy with Kia's somewhere flying around in the roof somewhere.
Okay.
So I'll get the fire to spread to the guy on the bottom.
Okay. First attack destroys that skeleton.
Oh right.
The other attack will put that one on death's door.
Okay, I'll hit it with Blossom's End.
Okay. That'll hit. That destroys it.
Oh, Spirit Shroud's not on. You should discount
Oh.
that. Let me turn that off.
Okay.
Might not be dead then.
Let's see. Yeah, without Spirit Shroud, the other one would have still been standing at death's door.
But I didn't roll an extra D4 for that roll because it's.
Okay, so that might have killed it, but let's see. That is illegal then. Okay, so it would have died.
All right.
And then the one to the right would have only taken 9 plus 5.
9.
That's still lethal.
All right.
Okay, 2 down.
This guy's going next. Okay, let's. It's my turn. I'll just step out of the way here so someone can come
Okay.
down the ladder.
Sure. It'll swing a pickaxe at you. A 19 will miss. This creature is frightened. This creature is frightened. And Lycan.
So if I move here, that's 5, and then 40 the rest of the way down.
It's 20 for reference. All those are distances from the top.
Ah,
So it's
right.
20 and then 20 down, and that's 30 from the left side would be 30 from the top.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I'll just come down here.
Okay.
I'll just punch this guy.
Go for it. That hits. It is vulnerable to bludgeoning as well. So 12 damage. That will place it on death's door.
Again.
Hits and destroys.
Not exactly the strongest creatures we've fought.
Well, they're
I'll be
kind of missing.
clearing. Are we clearing the rest out?
Well, I wouldn't complain this time, but I suppose so. I don't think they're going to answer any questions.
I'll bonus action punch this guy.
It would be at disadvantage because it would have taken the dodge action. But an 11 will not
I
connect.
missed it.
Yep.
I'll poke my tongue out at him. No, I won't. That's me.
Okay. It will go to skeleton here. It's gonna take the dodge action and move 5 feet over. End of turn, it goes to Kalor.
Would a fireball like cause any sort of cave in or anything like that, or
An explosion in a cave.
yeah?
Potentially. Not a guarantee, but you know, could occur.
I never liked these two, but anyway,
Don't mines have like gases that come up from the anyway?
Mm-hmm. You're just a little bit probably more flammable, per se. What could go wrong? The campaign ends with a fire just burning out of the cave afterwards.
Well, that's how we caused the fractured lands.
Yep. It just set off such a large explosion underneath.
I would have to be like here-ish in order to cast Fairy Fire at them.
Yes, because Manhattan rules dictates that you have to be, it goes across counted and then down counted. So for there, you'd to be 20 feet, you'd have to be there. Now, technically speaking, that is just enough. Yeah, so you'd have to go down the ladder, step over to that tile, and then that would be considered 20 down, 40 diagonal.
And hang on. So I'll feel unedited if that's not enough, anyways.
That would be
yeah,
20 and then 10, so you'd be at 30 feet of movement from there.
30
You
feet?
should be fine. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because it's just 20 straight down. It doesn't cost like 5 to latch onto the ladder.
Yeah. Yeah, Fairy Fire.
Okay. To fail to succeed. Frontliners here had failed. Backliners succeeded.
Cool. And what's the minimum needed for full damage? Was it like? Can Queen just like jump down here, then jump down to the 40 feet?
10 feet is considered fall damage. But if you are jumping in your normal movement, it's not the same as falling involuntarily. So it'd be just simply a part of movement. 10 feet I usually say you're able to do so without taking any damage as your normal movement. And then any more than that, like 20 feet, would be considered taking damage.
So I'm safely jumping down here.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It just turned out to be 20 feet of movement instead of 10. Technically speaking, from how it looks to what it actually be.
Okay. Okay. Punching time.
Yep. That is going to be a disadvantage with a gang up of 1.
Ooh.
That'll still connect. It is force damage. It is going to wound the creature.
And it's turn there.
Okay. With that in mind, at the top of the turn order, you will hear 2 voices as the ground around you begins to shake. One will say, "Oh look, Florian, someone set off our alarm. Yes, it seems that we have guests." And with that, you will notice creatures coming into initiative shortly. They're going to be in the turn order as a note, but they will not be visible just yet until they appear on the actual field. So one moment as I bring them on to the turn order.
Florian.
And I will post that name as well.
Does that ring a bell?
No.
Vale Thorian, sorry. Vale Thorian, I pronounced that wrong. I said that wrong. Is one of the names. There we go. Set to descending. Just. Alright. So, with that in mind, that one would go. Say it's 6 rounds remaining. Frighten. The one that got hit by that one will only be frightened. And then it's going to maintain the dodge action. This creature will go. Gets to there, but not up top yet. Same boat there. This one will go. Double check this. 30.
I'm feeling he's moving a lot of stuff in the DM layer.
There's some things moving, just a little.
They're gonna come out the hole, I imagine.
You're gonna go with the hole.
This dashes and busts through the wall as the wall kind of reforms behind it. As right next to you, Kalor, you see another Earth Elemental.
Oh.
I shouldn't have moved Queen, but god damn it.
And see, that one is still dodging. Just another round of turning undead timer down. Okay. And then red, it is your go. That
All
feeling
right.
of what you set off, that kind of instinctual reaction, must have been this alarm spell.
Oh. So that's 10 feet to get back up here, right?
No, it's be 5 feet to get to the platform, then 20 feet to climb up.
Oh, okay, that's 25.
Hmm?
Oh, I can't get behind this. How much movement would it cost to get to the top of this ladder from here?
Another 20.
So 25 plus 20, that's 45?
Yeah, so it'd be 5 to step forwards to get onto the platform, and then it would be 20 to get up this platform. So this would be 25. Let me see if I can try to ping here. 25 here would be on top of the platform. Then you'd spend another 1, 2, 3, 15. So that'd be at 40 feet here. And then to the top would be 60 feet.
Alright, I'm gonna use, like, and I'm gonna just leave you for a bit. I will help Kalor. So I'm going to use my movement, which is 50 feet
Mhm.
base. Where would that get me before I'd have to kind of stop moving?
Kind of halfway up the ladder here.
I'll get myself to the bottom of that ladder.
Okay.
which is here. So that's like 40 feet.
Put you at 50 because you'd be 40 because you'd be able to 10 there. But if you're not going all the way up the ladder, yeah, you'd have 40.
Okay, I will. Kalor, do you want me to help you? Do you want me to support you with combat, or do you want me to get you out of there?
Mainly get out of there. But I don't mind either way. I'm thinking of disengaging feline agility out there.
Okay, I will cast Vortex Warp on Kalor.
Okay.
And
Take
I'll
No, I
a
put
don't
minute.
him.
wanna. No.
Is that you don't want to leave?
No. I'll
I'll put it.
accept.
I'll throw him to the top of the ladder.
Oh
And then
no,
another
Proctor
one
2.0.
here.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right. I want to die.
I like the punishment of. No.
Anyway. But with that in mind, Vortex Warp to the top here.
Yes.
Okay. Boop.
Well, unless you just point where you want to go. Do you have an idea? Like,
No, I'll stay up here.
you can go anywhere within 90 feet.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
There'll
Okay.
probably be more of these as well, so just keep that in mind. They could spawn up there.
At least, well, I'm thinking you can shoot down and blast from there. Okay, so that expends our movement to get to there, right?
Yep. That'd be 50.
And this guy's already gone, the Earth Elemental, right?
Yeah, it dashed to get to where it was.
I will hold there.
Okay. Let's see. Did you Blade Saga as a bonus action already? Or
I already
Yeah.
did the last round. I was gonna,
Last round,
as a
okay.
bonus action, do Spirit Shroud, but I've already bonus action. I've already cast a spell.
Got it. Okay. I just didn't mark on your token, so I figured I might not have heard you say it already. So I want to double check.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
no, I did it the first round when I fought the Skellies.
Heard. Then with that, mark that they're moving. This one. Hello, Lycan. That's within its movement range, just barely, so it is enough to follow up with a Slam Slam. Lycan, that is a 22 to hit, and then a 15 will miss. It is 17 bludgeoning damage. As you notice, it kind of bursts through the stone, the ground kind of reforming quickly underneath of it. It swings down with 2 slams, catching you with 1. And almost putting you in the wounded condition, but you're just outside of it. Skeleton here will remain dodging, marking off another round of turn undead. Creature will not appear yet. This one is going to no longer dodge because it's no longer frightened since it did take damage. So it's going to swing its pickaxe, targeting Queen. Misses. Does not move. Where's this one? There it is. Where's this one gonna go? Dashes and appears here. Given its height, it is diagonally 5 feet below you, Red, as a note. So you are in melee range of it, it's melee range of you. But it did dash to go through the earth and get to there, so that ends its turn. That one's not going to respond just yet. And this one is marked down another turn order tick. Maintains dodge. While frightened. Lycan, you go.
Alright, just looking through spells just in case.
And did you equip your bracers from Previous? New ones?
Hang on, let me have a look at my bio. I don't think I've had the chance yet. Because I think I got them after the short rest, right? That's when we found them?
Yeah.
Yeah, not yet.
I will say, because they did have an hour to craft, or 30 minutes. Yeah, you can make it. If we say an hour, I'll allow you to tune to it if you have a slot remaining for attunement.
I would need to drop one.
If you decide not to, it's okay as well. But I'll give you the chance to decide at the moment.
I would drop the necklace.
Okay.
PYDM.
So now. Martial arts died. Yeah, okay, yeah, your unarmed strike and your astral punch would go to a 1d8. Then it'll track it on your
Excellent.
macro once the sheet is updated. So this will be here and here, and then you should be able to strike or do astral punches now with the proper amount.
You want me to roll a test just to see if it does that right?
Yeah, go for it.
Unarmed strike test, astral test.
It's a good thing that was a test punch. Rest of the roll. But yeah, roll damage and see if that works. Perfect. And perfect. 1d8's both on them. So, with that in mind, what would you like to do for your turn?
Excellent. I'm gonna summon my arms.
Okay, that's gonna be 2d8 now, because the increase.
And the dex save.
Yep. Coming up.
Both of these fuckers.
Skeleton 18, so half damage. Elemental 2, full damage. Doesn't seem to do too much damage against the elemental, not because of resistance, just from his tankiness. But, let's see, half damage would be enough to put it on death's door, but not enough to kill it either.
God damn it. Alright. That's my bonus action, so I still have
Correct.
my action, right?
Yep.
Alright, well I'm gonna punch this fucking thing.
Alright.
I'll do it with my normal fist.
Okay.
Just
You
to
get that bludgeoning.
get that bludgeoning, yeah.
Sounds good. Smart. Thanks to gang up of Queen being there, that'll just hit. And that's going to be instant lethal because
Ooh.
of how low it is. Okay, we're going to start shorting Drew's the skeleton bodies and things of that nature as well, just for movement's sake and visual. That one's down.
Alright. Can
One
I
more
switch
attack.
to an astral punch for the second attack?
Yeah.
Or do I have to use...
No, you can
Okay,
switch your
cool.
astral. That will hit. Very nice.
Classic Lycan damage rolls. Even with my upgraded martial die, my rolls still ass.
Let's see. With that, 6 more damage applied. That was action and bonus action. Holding
Yep.
there, movement wise.
I will move. Yeah.
Okay.
That's me.
Third, Kalor. It is your go.
My turn, yay! There.
You can hear the sounds of more creatures moving around, the earth still shaking as these creatures are leaving. You have not seen the speaking creatures either.
Interesting. Hey, Red, do you want to be hasted?
Ooh. Just don't lose concentration.
Yeah, that's the thing I was a bit worried about.
It gets hasted, immediately all elementals go to the ground. I'm in danger!
But good proposal, Red, or
I love haste. Just don't lose
you,
concentration.
you love haste? Okay. Well,
I can tell you what's
um,
going to happen. You're going to cast haste on red. You're going to run away so you don't get hit, and then like 3 elementals are going to come up on the top floor.
actually, hang on.
They're coming
Yes.
from
But you do
below.
you.
Hey, listen. Haste is an excellent spell when it works. Has this party ever made haste work? Never. So this is the chance. This is the one time it's gonna work.
Let's prove it wrong, last 2 rounds.
Haste was pretty effective against us in that
Yeah, when
Darren fight.
shutting you down, yeah.
Okay. So haste on Red.
Okay.
Now GTFO. You
Uh,
don't have to be next to me, by the way. It's range of 30 feet.
oh, but I need escape options, and they might appear like literally right here. And so 20, 30 feet. So it would have been needed to be like around here in order for
Yeah,
the spell to be
you
cast,
could
or?
you could have activated from there, yeah, where you're marking.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just 5. Uh, but here's the thing though. What if they're all coming from like up here?
Could be.
And what if they're not? You've made
What
your
if they're not?
call.
I'm running
Just
across
don't
the
get
bridge
hit.
again. I'm running across the bridge again.
You've got the
Okay.
flash of genius to help you.
Yeah, I do. I only have like what, one more left.
And
Tee
inspiration.
Yeah, you're cool, man. Just back yourself.
Double nat ones again. Yeah. Okay. And okay.
Alright.
And then Queen is gonna. Would she be able to stand on here? Or is that too much wall?
She has that risk of being sparted, but yeah, could stand there.
No, don't do that. I want Queen to give me the +1. I don't want Queen to get kicked down. Just go there.
This is just. I'm just gonna. Okay, fine.
I mean, it's probably just as dangerous, but whatever.
Yeah. Punch.
That'll hit. Very nice. I can sense Lycan's envy glaring out at the automaton that's punching with more might than the
That's
astral punches.
decent damage. My fists are weak as hell. I need to hit the gym.
Yep.
Come on, man. You had what? How many days with Queen before I had to rebuild her?
She
You
was in the
parried me then as well.
Yep, it was the training montage for Queen. It was the sidekick episode for Lycan. But with that, that's end of turn.
End of turn.
Okay, creature moving, no sight on it. That's a note, or it continues to shake. Tap of the Orner. Let's see. You will hear a voice say, "I do hope they last long enough to us arriving there, Brother Zapharos. Elementals are too quick with their brutality." Zapharos is the other name for the other speaking creature.
Sounds demonic.
But as noted, they are not visible. But their voices echo, and you'd be able to tell, at least passive perception-wise, that the echo is coming from down below. As it indicated, it doesn't seem like they're coming from behind you. And with that, turn 5 remaining. That one, maintains dodge. Moving but not visible. Not visible. Elemental near you, Red. Steps forwards here to go to attack. That is a +1 for gang up because of that reach. And the other elemental, you do its height. That is 2 attacks. That is a 15 with gang up miss, 22 with gang up just connects. Any response?
No, because I'm hasted.
Oh, you are hasted. Yep. You have to put check the little haste icon on your
Oh,
sheet
sorry
to
about
get you
that.
up to 24. There should be one. If not, I can update that real quick. I believe I had one put there for you. Nope, I didn't. That's my bad. I thought I did. Haste. And 24. Alright, fixed. So you are correct. I will just miss then, with that in mind. I need to put a little marker for you.
Thanks, Galar.
To save
Working
17
already.
damage. Alrighty, yep. Perfect. Skeleton. Another round down of its frightened, but maintains its dodge. Red, here we go.
Alright, bonus action, Spirit Shroud. Just totally buffed up now. Oh, what's gonna happen now? I just feel I'm gonna get that nat 20 on one of my hits. Okay, burn that spell slot. Spirit Shroud. Okay, I'm going to the southern one because I can hit that because it's just below me, right?
Yes, correct. It can attack up to you, you can attack down to it because of its height.
Okay, I'm gonna. Oh no, I'll hit the guy my level. I'm gonna hit him with Booming Blade.
Okay. And let's see. Okay, so left is okay. I'm gonna consider, normally speaking, just for reference, piercing to be the left. Okay, no, it's on the same dice anyway, so it's perfect. Okay. So left is 1 damage of piercing, and then thunder is 5. So that the thunder damage, it is vulnerable to, as a note from Booming Blade. So that 5 will turn into a 10 plus the 5 from piercing into 15 damage. And then I'll be 24 if it moves. As a note.
Alright, and because I'm hasted, I'll Booming Blade it again. Oh shit, Spirit Shroud's not turned on. So I should have had 2d8 on both those attacks.
Oh, heard. Add that on your token as well. Okay.
And 1d4 because it's what the
Blossom's
heck?
End.
Yeah.
Heard. In this case, that is going to be 3 to 6. That'll be 13 damage.
Oh, 2 1's great.
And 2 additional damage. And then that is 18 to 36 if the creature moves.
Okay, and then I'll hit it one more time with Blossom's End.
Yep. Hurt. That will not connect.
Okay, and because he's going to take a load of damage if he moves, I'm going to step back to here.
You will notice that you don't provoke attack of opportunity, indicating these creatures do have a reach of 10 feet. So you one more step if you wanted to provoke the opportunity, so you would force it to move.
Yeah, I'm going to start climbing the ladder.
Okay.
No, I'm not leading it to Kalor. What am I, crazy?
That
I'll put out of here.
may be the best idea. So that will provoke attack of opportunities from both creatures then, as a note. Because the one below is in range.
Oh,
Like
what about here?
if you were to step to here.
That's right there.
Check. So it's 5 feet up. Once you leave here, because it's 5 feet up and then 5 feet diagonal would be 10 feet if it's reach. So as in it just was able to reach you here previously. So you step in here.
Oh,
Well,
I
you,
see.
oh, we'll only trigger one guy. Oh, no, it will trigger both because that is 10 feet. Yeah. So if
Yeah,
you
fair.
stay.
I'll trigger them.
Okay. You do have reaction available with that haste going up, so not likely to get them hitting, but unless they crit, which they could, then you have barbs. Ah, they critted. One did. The other one didn't, but that's a 27. So yeah, that's kind of the worst opportunity, worst odds.
Yeah.
So there is a crit in there, and there is a 27. So barb's a crit. Take the other hit is most likely what
I'll
the
barbs. I'll deal with.
that is.
I'm gonna barbs it.
Yep.
Nah, 'cause shield could rather negate the
Shield would
crit.
stop the crit. Yeah. Okay, reroll coming up. That is a 23, and that is a source of leaving, so that is still getting up. That turns into 24, so that is 2 attacks connecting them, but not a crit. Barb gives you advantage on a chosen creature or yourself. If it's applied to self, it'll immediately go to your saving throw for your con save. As a note.
I don't think I can fail my con save. No, it depends. Okay, I'll give it to myself because I don't know what their damage is yet.
Fair enough. Instance is 11 first, DC 10 advantage. Second instance is also 20 damage, which is another DC 10. Total of 31 damage combined, with 2 DC 10 con saves. One
Oh
advantage, one
man.
normal.
Okay. Save.
Okay, both succeed.
Hmm. All right, that's my turn. At least one's
Okay.
hopefully a little bit damaged.
Is outside of being wounded, but is close, as a note. Wait, vaccine, and then this one, Lycan. One slam at you, one slam at Queen. That
It's Queen will
is
disadvantage the Lycan attack.
hurt. It would have missed already at 13, but it
I'll
will
do it anyway.
miss. Fair enough, yeah, because you do have to declare it before. So it still will miss. And then 24 hits Queen for 17 bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
And a turn. Skeleton, doing the dodge action. The little Macarena dodge action. Ends his turn. No response yet, no response yet. Reaction is back. Creature will burrow, pushing itself up to here. And then attacking red. Slam and slam. Gotta mark your reactions expended. There we go. Thanks to haste, you missed another attack. Another attack misses you because it would have been 22. And another attack is a nat 1, misses. And a turn. The haste is actually coming in clutch. Very nice. Another Macarena dodge from skeletons in the corner. Doing their little shimmy. Lycan, your go.
I started punching. Boom, first attack.
Go for it. Hits. Just barely. 6
Getting
damage.
that 1 damage. Second
Yeah.
attack.
That's just damage. Hits.
Ah, that's more like it.
11 is nice. As noted, with these new bracers, you can attack twice without a key point or attack 3 times with a key point. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna attack again.
Nat 20, very nice.
Boom.
Good damage too. 17, heard. Almost wounded.
Again.
Just hits. Creature is wounded.
And that is me.
Okay. Kalor. 1 round tick of haste marked, and then it is your go. More sounds of creatures moving around you that you haven't seen just yet, so you're not certain if they're coming towards you or coming towards your allies.
I'm thinking I could either try to be safe and take a dodge action,
Could.
or I could hold a attack action and for extra damage. No, red's the damage dealer now. Dodge action, Queen Punch.
Okay, so dodge plus queen punch. Hits, 4 damage, further in the wounded.
And that's all, folks.
Alright. Wise was the action to dodge. The last one from the sides is going to get to there within enough range to attack twice because it did take the dash action last round. It goes from a natural 20 to a natural 1 thanks to dodge. And second attack, it will be low 16, which I do believe still connects currently.
Uh,
Don't you have shield?
50. Yeah, I'll cast shield
Okay, heard.
because I don't have any level 1 spell slots, so level 2 will be.
Okay. So that'll bring you up to 20 and prevent that attack. Till next turn. Heard. End of turn. Skeleton, Macarena dodge. 4 rounds of turn remaining. And this round, burrowing from the sides and landing here onto the platform, you see another earth elemental. Riding it, you see another one of these strange armor indented Myrmidon, as a Myrmidon of sorts, a stronger version of the elementals, and one of the voices. What looks to be a skeleton wizard of sorts, with a brandishing bound of iron cast on its skull. That creature did dash to get to there, so that is end of turn for it. Which will not act yet. This creature will go. Action is back. It will go to burrow to move, and as it does so, 36 damage goes off, immediately putting in the wounded condition. So 10 down. Oh, no. There you go. My drag on my mouse is horrible now. Can I get it to just work, please? Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. 25. So 10 there. Okay, it has to dash. It will dash to get to here. Ending its turn. After taking its damage. Skeleton, Macarena dodge. End of turn. Red, here you go.
Okay, is it undead? Do you think this thing is down there?
The
Does it
skeletal
look undead?
skeletal necromancer?
Oh, it's just...
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay. Skeletal necromancer gives it away. And undead don't suffer exhaustion, do they?
No. Most of them don't.
Okay. Alright, so we're going to just do this the hard way. I will Booming Blade this guy's ass.
Heard.
Is he in death's door or wounded?
No. Wounded. Actually, it says
Wounded,
I put
okay.
the wrong tint because he's not staggering yet. He is just wounded. There we go. That's
Okay,
misleading.
so
Apologies.
I'll get Kia to fly in, give me a bit of advantage.
Heard.
Oh, I'll never crit this thing. Never.
An 18, that sucks. Oh, yeah, the curse continues. Alright. So that is 8 turned to 16 plus 8, so that's 24 damage. And then
And I
plus
plus a need.
11, so that's 35.
Plus
That
3.
turns to 38. So 38 at base damage, and then 11 with vulnerability will turn to 22 if it moves.
I'm gonna hit it again with Booming Blade.
It also note it is on death's door at this point.
Okay, I
If you
was
wanna
not
switch
gonna
up.
hit.
Yep.
I was gonna let me hit the other guy then
Okay, heard.
with this attack.
Yep, that is 3 turns into 6, so that would be 12 plus 15, 27 damage. And then 8, 28 if it moves.
Okay, then I'm gonna hit the guy on the right with blossoms and just normally.
Okay.
Oh no, so no, I'll hit the guy on the left with blossoms and normally.
Okay. Just hoping that staggering towards death door is going to be enough from the trigger. If it moves.
No.
That will not connect.
Okay, then I'll hit the guy on the right with a short sword.
Okay. That is lethal.
And then I'll hit the guy on the left with the short sword.
He will crumble. And then that is 19. Applied. He is almost wounded outside the wounded condition, however.
And he's taken some thunder damage, so I am going
Correct.
to
He will
move
take
up.
28 if he moves.
And I'll get to here.
Okay. That will provoke that reaction. He will attempt it. 12 will miss.
Alright,
And then that's end of turn for you.
that's it.
Heard. This one will dash. Ending its dash on the field, you'll see the other voice alongside with another of those warped elementals at its side. They're kind of riding on the makeshift back of the earth elemental. This wounded one is going to go for you, Lycan, with 2 slams.
Well, disadvantage 1, queen. Yeah.
Heard. Oh, turn already got messed up there for a second. Let me reset that. That one there. Okay. There we go. And then disadvantage. That is an 18, and then that would have automatically missed as a note, and then 21 would have missed just barely against 22. So all attacks will miss. Queen kind of warded it off just enough where it didn't connect. The other one was a close call. You can see the rock fist going across your face. You just managed to get out of the way. As the undead will say, "Oh look, they did last long enough. Interesting." And let's see. One will look over towards, let me see. Double check the range here, 1 second. It is no in range. That up. So that is 40. Plus 50, that's 90. Okay. It will say, what's the other one? "Brother, I sense magic on that one. Let me take care of it." He gestures his hand. A bluish ethereal hand will glow, emanating out of his hand. As red, you feel a source of dispel magic upon you.
Oh, fuck. Counterspell.
Counterspell is 60 feet, if I remember correctly. He is 90 feet. I'll double check for counterspell, but I believe that is the case.
Let me check. 60 feet.
So
Does he
That-
dispel all my things or just one of my things?
he can dispel all of your things and does one roll, and that determines if all of those things can be dispelled. Now, abilities don't get dispelled, so like Blade Saw wouldn't get dispelled in this case, to my understanding. But it would dispel Haste and Spirit Shroud because of the level casted. It automatically matches or beats the level, so it doesn't have to roll.
Oh, so it kills all level 3 spells, not just
Correct. Correct, yes.
one. Ugh.
That is on that creature. Now, for example,
But does that absolve him of
spell-
the lethargic?
No.
As
I'm
well?
dead.
No, haste is when the spell ends. However it ends, is when it ends.
Fuck.
Barely got to know you, Haste.
So that will drop Shroud and that will drop Haste, which immediately bursts the Haste contingency. So your next turn is going to be lethargic. So I'm going to mark that on your token. And it will stay mounted on the Earth Elemental. And the other one will say, "Ah yes, brother, look. 2 spells, 1 spell. A mighty reward." Looks over to the other one. "It's been a while since I've seen one use its fists." And he looks over to you, Lycan. Let's see how well this one can dodge, as you will notice what looks to be shadowy tendrils begin to wrap around the ground nearby and try to hit you, Lycan. Switch that to normal. They both miss. Even with the gang up, they will not connect. But you will notice that these kind of tendrils that appear almost seem as they're trying to lock you in place, as a kind of necrotic bolt seems to strike out from its hand to lock onto you. However, you manage to evade both effects. You get the feeling, though, if that bolt hits, that's the main source of damage. If these tendrils grab you, you get the feeling of restrained or grappled, such an effect would trigger. But the bolt slams into the ground. Each one seemed to carry as much weight, if not greater, than the Earth Elemental slams.
Great.
Earth Elemental is going to get that nice explosion of 28 thunder damage, going immediately into the wounded condition, but not staggering just yet. And let's see. That is going to be 15 through the ground, and then 20, so it'll be 35 up. So this will be a dash to get to where it is now. Just gotta put you against the wall there, Red. End of turn, because it did dash. This one will not seem to move off of the Earth Elemental, but it will kind of raise a tower shield of stone, placing it nearby the undead as its action. With that, Lycan, it is your go.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna Astral Punch this guy.
Okay. Hits.
I'm gonna do it again.
Hits. 13, very nice. There you go. Some higher damage rolls. You have now put it staggering as well. That second hit.
Damn it, I was really hoping to kill it.
key point for 3 or maintaining 2 as bonus?
We'll stick with 2.
Okay,
Save my key for the big boys.
fair enough. Nice, connects, 13. Further and staggering, but not death's door. Last attempt.
Come on, please.
16 will just miss. As noted with the getting up.
No.
It remains staggering. Risking movement or holding there?
I got nowhere. I don't want to fucking get 17 damage off of running away.
That is true, but you're also staying within range, but not multiple creatures if you.
That
Man.
is also true.
Take your
I
turn.
can't spend key point for movement, right?
Nope,
Because it's a
that
bonus
would
action.
that would require a bonus action.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck. Does it make a difference if I move over here? I guess I can just move closer.
Yeah. You do know the creature does have a reach of 10 feet. You can at least put yourself at the ladder without provoking attack of opportunity. So, the next round maybe you could get further away.
Okay. I'll just That's too far.
Yeah, it'd be too far. Correct. This is 10 feet.
This one then. And Queen will still get the +1 because of
Yep,
my
because
reach.
your actual punches are 10 feet, so they will count as your melee.
Yep.
Alright.
Okay. That's what I gotta do.
Heard.
Hopefully Queen kills it.
Skeleton's doing the Macarena. As it maintains its dodge from being frightened. Oh, Kalori got double skip. That's my bad. It is your go.
Okay.
Aggression's back.
I
Dodge
will
it down.
provoke
Haste
attack
me
roll.
again. If you get
No.
rehasted as you back up.
Nice. You still spend that round on the third tick regardless.
I will provoke attack.
Heard. It's 10 feet reach, so that wouldn't provoke there
Oh.
unless you are stepping further than that.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 25 that is past shield range. For you?
Oh, good.
It's 11 bludgeoning.
Okay. And then, this should be enough range. Yes. Misa going to do Aura of Vitality. Oh, hang on, sorry.
Oh, good. Yep. I'll put up an aura now.
And
for you.
then, but I'm not gonna bonus action heal red right now.
Yep.
Instead, I am going to have Queen try and finish it off at least.
Yep.
Force Empowered Rend. No.
That will not connect.
Yeah, okay. And also, for some reason, Queen has like 5 visibility, 5 feet visibility. Not sure what happened there.
Oh, it should be greater.
It should be.
The extended vision because of Lycan, I believe.
I don't think he's did that.
Nah,
right?
that's gone.
Oh,
That's
I
gone.
I did, but we've already rested and it only lasts an hour.
That's
So
right.
it's gone.
It should be like, I think like
60 normally.
yeah, 60 normally.
I'll fix that.
Yeah, dark vision 60 feet.
Updated.
He kind of helped get me out of line of sight of them. So.
Alright, with that, end of turn.
Actually, I'll have Queen go here, and
Right.
then EOT.
Let's see. Elemental skeleton. Elemental skeleton. Earth elemental. Let's see. While red is lethargic, it is going to leave his range to go after you, Kalor.
The homophobic earth elemental, nice.
Misses
Eat it.
and 17 to hit can be blocked by shield.
Oh, okay, I'll take the hit.
16 bludgeoning, DC 10 to maintain aura.
You need to get the radiant weapon or that rebounding shield infusion.
And then con check.
Yep, DC 10 and Macarena 3 turns remaining of turn undead. This one carrying the undead is gonna move. So this is 10 and then 20 to go up. And then dash would be another 10. And then 5 over, so 20, 35. Another 10 from there. 45, 50. Get to here. And then the last bit of his move to there.
Where the fuck? That was like 100 movement.
That should have been. 'Cause it's 40 up here to get all the way up and then 10 across? Wait, no. 40. No, 60.
Because it's
would've
40
been-
down
would've
and
been
40
here.
up, so that's 80. That's 80 movement.
Yeah, no, it should have been. 1 second. I should be like somewhere here then. Let me double check. Drag button is not working, which is not helping my math at all. Let's see. So here would have been, if it goes straight across, that would be 30 feet. And then plus 40, that'd be 70 feet. It doesn't have that. So it'd be here. It'd be on this platform here then with 60.
Right.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, not having that function properly. That is end of turn after dash. And 3 does the Macarena. That Earth Elemental was defeated. Make sure to remove him. This one is going to raise its arm, making of it holding the tower shield, placing it over the undead. And then red, it is your turn of lethargy. At the end of it, I will mark that lethargy off. That is 1 tick of Blade Song down for that round. And Earth Elemental will begin to pilot and move. Undo. Stork. 15. It will move to here. End of turn. This one will step forwards. And go after you, Lycan. And 1 at Queen. Allowing Queen to use reaction for that disadvantage.
Queen does the thing.
Third. Disadvantage Lycan 1.
Be
Queen
protect.
normal the other. He turns that normal hit into a natural 1 missing, and then Queen gets hit for 14 bludgeoning at that cost. Like, you take nothing. And Queen protects. That is for
My
certain.
Queen parrying that but immediately failing the reversal. Damn.
Yep. Okay, Macarena, end of turn. Alright, so that's 10 feet from there. So across would be. Here. So 55 plus 10 would be 65. Plus that would be 60. Okay, so 65 or 60. it is going to shoot red with 1 grave bolt and lichen with 1 grave bolt each. First targeting red, and then lichen. That will turn to be a 23 to hit, which let me turn off haste on your sheet as well. So I bring it back to 22, which will be in range to trigger a response. Should you like to shield?
Oh, I didn't know I could. I thought I was.
No, that lethargy ends at the end of your next turn. So you were lethargic for that turn, and so when
Okay.
your turn ended, you're able to
Is
use
it a
reactions
spell or
again.
an attack?
It is considered a supernatural ability attack,
Okay,
so it's a range
I
attack.
have 1 first level spell slot left. I'm shielding it.
Okay, prevents grave bolt from connecting. And then lichen with the gang up was the reach of the elementals. That is a 19 to hit, which will still not connect.
Aha!
Now end its turn. And the one will say, "They are quite dodgy or tricksy," as he says to his other undead. He will target you with 2 attacks with Grave Bolt. Lichen. And he will follow up, but I can't dodge everything, brother. And 1 attack will miss even with gang up. The other attack will become a 27 thanks to gang up, which will connect.
Jesus.
And that is going to be 14 necrotic damage and a strength saving throw.
Strength save.
That will succeed, so you avoid becoming restrained.
Thank fuck.
With that, it'll end its turn. Earth Elemental will go, looking at you, Red, not thinking and just attacking. You know they have shield up, so that's likely to hit. It does not hit thanks to shield, stopping 1. The other attack just missed anyway. So, with that, this one's going to continue, holding its arm as its kind of stone tower shield, blocking for the undead. Ending its turn. As Lichen, it is you go.
Okay. Fuck, man. My classes really don't mix together. I either get a bunch of actions or I get a single action. Alright, well, first I'm gonna take this cunt off the board.
Okay. Hits. 7. It is almost Death's Door while staggering.
Oh my god. Alright,
Next hit
take the
should put it
second
Death's
punch.
Door. Nat 20 might even do it without having to do it again, without having to use another one.
Fuck you.
See what that damage is. Oh.
Oh
Well,
my god.
a 1 and a 2 plus modifier. Sadly, not gonna do it there. It is Death's
Oh
Door,
my god.
but not
Jesus
insta-kill.
Christ. No super crit punch powers? I can't just like destroy him?
Sadly, no.
Oh my god, that's ruined my day. Worst nat 20 I've ever got.
In that case,
God,
risking the additional punches or getting that disengage and resetting. It is a rage that Kui might be able to finish it off.
I don't even know if
Keyword
disengaging
might.
will help me, because if I'm running, I'm just running. I want to heal. But I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do. God damn it. Fuck you, Ecclesis. Where are you at?
You might as well get out of there before you're gonna die.
I mean, with disengage, that will give you your 45 movement without provoking attack opportunity. That would allow you to get up that 20 there, move to 15 for 30, and get halfway up the ladder there.
Can you run up walls yet?
No.
Not yet. Yeah, I think that's a.
I don't think I can run up walls till like 14
Oh, yeah, 11 or
of monk.
14. It's a bit up there if I remember correctly. I can double check that one actually.
Alright, I'll do that then. I'll spend the key point to Step of the Wind.
Yep.
And run away. Okay. 40 up there. 45. Is that as far as I can get?
Let's see. That could be 20, and then 20. This would be 25, 30. This would be 35.
Oh, it's 20. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then 40, and then 45. You'd be 5 feet up the 20-foot ladder.
I'd get out of there as far as you can, because I'm gonna drop something fucking big, and you're still in it. But that's okay.
This is as far as I can go.
Correct.
All right.
Let's see.
My precious key.
Desperate times.
With that.
That's me.
Third. Skeleton doing the Macarena. Just vibing.
You reckon we can kill these things before the skeletons come back into combat?
They're almost just like their own
You
little
are
timer at
asking
this
for
point.
a lot.
Glory to
This
zero.
is way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I thought the big fight that we'd had already.
But, Ziegler, when you are ready, it is your go.
I'm thinking it hurts. Who goes before Red? A shit ton of people.
Do you have anything to force movement or to like web or anything?
No.
Hypnotic pattern or
9.
All of the fairy spells.
vortex
God damn it,
warp.
Quinn.
Yeah, I find it funny that the one time the person with like that can force people to go back is not here on the very
Yeah, the
vertical
guy who
map.
could have been knocking them off these cliffs as they came up to us.
So we're killing him with sticks right next week.
Yep.
We're gonna Eldritch Blast him. See how he likes it.
Okay.
9th level, that's what it is. Give me a second to find it because it's baked into our movement.
For the wall run.
Yep.
Me
if
gonna
only
go
I took 3 monk levels instead of the cleric levels.
this direction, and I'm going to do 2 disadvantage shots to the one next to Red.
Great.
Ah!
Well, that's first one miss.
You hit
You have
red.
inspiration.
You do luckily do not hit red.
You have
You do have
inspiration.
inspiration, yeah. You
I
can make
do
that
have
one more normal.
inspiration. I will use it.
Okay. That hits. And applied.
Okay. Ooh.
Hits. Applied.
And
Staggering.
with
last
that
attack.
one. And do I have Archangel left? Holy shit, I could have been using it with Steel Defender this entire time. Okay. Oopsie daisies. Okay. Red 2d6 hit points to you via Archangel.
Yeah, thank you.
and then another 2d6 via bonus action green aura that I cast. So yeah, take my 9, and then he rolled a 7. So
And then Queen
So how
doing
much?
dodge then.
Queen is
How much?
dodging.
So I
Uh,
get 7 HP back. How much do I get back?
so from Arcane Jolt, you got 9. From my bonus action,
Or vitality.
Alright.
yeah, Aura Vitality, you rolled it, so
Yep,
7.
that's 7.
Hang on, was
Alright,
it
thank you.
like plus anything as well? Nope, just 2d6. Yeah, enjoy that. Please save me.
I'm working
turn?
on it.
End of turn. Let me just put Arcane Jolt to 2.
Alright, the one that's right next to you is gonna go swinging. They will both miss. 11 and 13 will not hit you, Kalar. End of turn.
Can't
Top of
wait for
turn
all this
order.
good luck to fucking kill me. Like, karma's just gonna go negative on me, and
The Macarena begins once again for 2 more rounds for the skeletons to come back. How dangerous they are to come back at a time like this, but nevertheless, they're just gonna continue doing their Macarena dance for now. Let's see, Elemental will move. That is noted, it's 10 onto here, so that's gonna be another 10 feet up. And then, let's see. Fall. 10. I'm just gonna use arrow keys now. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60.
Where is he going?
As he moves up to here, he will say, troubling. Looks like we'll have to deal with that. And he will make 1 attack and 1 attack, targeting you, Kalor. As you see the bridge get struck once by a grave bolt, dealing some damage to it, but not enough to break it. And then the other attack targeting you will miss with the additional gang up. A 14 with all combined is still just a miss. But it does look like he repositioned with the elemental in order to... Actually, wait. What am I doing? Elemental just moved. It's not his go. I am brain farted. That's my bad. It does look like he's intent on destroying the bridge, though, but that damage attack roll did not actually go off.
I had a vision.
I had a vision, yeah. You saw him, I just had a vision there. I just completely 1,000 yards stood there for a moment. My bad. Sorry. Skeleton Macarena. Mirrodon raises its shield once again to continue to block the elemental as Kalor had his vision. You're right, it is your go.
Yeah, I know. I'm going. 1 sec.
Let's see. Good.
Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm in.
No worries.
Okay, so that work out? I'm on the other side of the bridge at 50.
Yes, yeah. And then taking
Taking a
disengage or just
risk.
using movement.
I'll just use movement. I don't want to ruin band my party though to do this, so I will. Lycan, do you need an extract?
Probably. I can run that way if I dash, but then that means I won't do anything next turn.
All right, I'm gonna go here, and then I'm just gonna do this methodically. So 10, 20 to there, So foot of the bridge. I can still see Lycan. So I'm gonna vortex warp him across.
Okay.
As a second level spell slot, let me mark that down.
Wise creatures are capable of dispelling, doesn't seem they're capable of counterspelling. So it resolves,
that's
no
good.
issue.
Where am I going?
Well, you pick anywhere 90 feet. And don't say back down the pit. No, like I'm gonna send him over here.
Yeah, anywhere 90 feet
You're sending him over here.
90
from
feet
red,
from me.
for reference, Lycan.
You're sending
So
me
not
over
from
there?
not her last position, yeah. He put you across the bridge. To be up to you if you want to be further across the bridge or closer walk across the bridge, because that's 40 feet right there. In theory, you could get further if you wanted to. If you want to stay in line of sight of things, then you could be there.
I can see everything as long as I'm within sight range. How far can I go here?
That's fine. That's within 90.
Can I go further?
Yeah, so the first you can go as noted is 90, so the farthest you can go, let me grab here. Within his line of sight is all the way over here.
That's probably too far. I'll stay here.
Okay. And then with that, anything else? Oh, you had a short opportunity, that's correct. From
Yeah, I've not, just action. Color, how are you gonna get out of there?
Disengage cat's agility, dab.
that is 26 to hit on that reaction, just as a note, Red.
Oh, okay, sorry, I thought I got past that. Yeah, I'll shield him.
I just forgot to roll for that one, but shield, okay, heard.
Let me check my spell slot situation. Oh, I'm out. I'm gonna take the hit.
13.
Okay.
Yep. And with that,
Well, I'm not
regular
done yet.
movement.
I'm just.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to. So Kalora's gonna disengage and get out of there.
Yep.
So I'm not. Is it considered meta if you look at the turn order? What to go in what order here?
In a way, but it's fine.
All right. I'll just see who's gonna get hit by what when. I will take a exhaustion point action surge.
Okay.
And burn a third level spell slot to get Kalora across as well.
Heard.
Kalora, pick a spot 90 feet.
Oh, 90 feet from you?
Me.
From red, yeah. Start at red, and then you can draw an arrow 90. As long as it's in his line of sight to do.
With
Right
or
there
without?
works. With line of sight in mind. In terms of...
Not line of sight, dark vision.
Oh, as long as it's... As long as
Yeah,
he
as long
can
as
see
it's
that
line of
90
sight?
feet, yeah. Just
Well,
not
just
through
about
walls,
that.
basically. As long as it's within
I'm gonna
range.
be here.
Nope, I didn't see a ping if you had me. Oh, there you go. You just draw the line. Got it. I see. It's over here. Got it. Might have to drag yourself because I would normally drag you, but it is not working properly.
Whee! I like him.
Okay, and I'm at 30 feet of movement, so that just gets me to the safe spot of the bridge there.
Okay.
And I will nod at the undead spellcaster saying, Mr. Protects.
Enough. Let's see. The mental. That's 40. 5. 10. 15 plus 40, so it'd be one more actually. It'd be one back here. Nope. Jeez. There. 5 feet back technically from his dash. This one will go to attack Queen. Disadvantage at both attacks.
Another queen down, guys.
18 hits with disadvantage for 12, and then misses its second attack. Skeleton's doing the Macarena, waiting for its fear to end.
How much damage for queen?
12.
12, okay.
The undead will look outwards towards you, Red, and say, Mischief forgot its followers. As it tries to raise its hands, and its Grave Bolt tries to cross the barrier here, this gap, and hits a wall. Almost of somewhat of force.
That's not gonna go to Red's head.
Sorry, what did it say?
It's a Mistra forgot its followers, and then tried to
Oh.
attack, but seems as though it got blocked by the barrier of sorts.
Hmm.
And it'll seem to motion to command the elemental to move away. And let's see, it does not yet do that though. The other one seems to acknowledge that you have a cross. It will not seem to advance. Rather, just
You can do the
seemingly look
funniest
down
thing on my
at
turn.
target. Queen. Just shooting down there. That is hit for Queen. 18 necrotic destroys.
Bye, queen. Lycan, how do you feel about another girlfriend dying?
Meh. Can always build another one. Can't build another lichen.
This one will not advance. It seems that it will now hold here. Continues to raise its shield against on the Deathlock. And Lycan.
So I take it we're running then.
I
Unless you can do something better.
mean, you know,
Yeah.
the fireball one would probably cause a cave-in, but it will be extremely funny. Should I do that when it's my
Do
turn?
it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Red, prepare to run like there's no tomorrow.
I guess you can collapse like this cave maybe. I don't know how the structure would work for the whole mine. This area is probably not safe either. Because this is like the untempered zone. It's probably safe where the tracks are. But I don't know what I'm saying, so. Anyway, doesn't seem like they're following us, but I feel like the earth elementals can follow us. So I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna dash.
You could have just jumped, right? You just jumped from.
I'm not taking that risk.
Queen
Nat
did it.
one. Slides down.
Knowing Lycan's rolls, man, he would fucking face plant into a small 5-foot cliff and then die.
It was
Hello,
like
darkness,
the
my
easiest
old friend, and
QTE
just
ever.
enters right into back into the Underdark.
Just-
I lost count because you distracted me, but I think that's my movement.
Sounds good. Macarena dance, waiting for turn on the undead to end. Color.
God, this will be the funniest death ever. I'm gonna fireball, man.
Okay.
So 150 feet for fireball. I'll do it around here-ish. My line of sight only goes up to here, but just directly past red. Hang on. of the.
Okay.
Damn, you had actually decent roll as well.
Nice. So right here on ping, correct?
Like around, yeah, there-ish.
Okay. Heard. Let me drop the effect. Here. There, perfect. Actually can hit almost all of them, except for the skeletons, the one. I have to be really good positioning there. Very nice. And then, I'm gonna need you to roll me some additional rolls.
No.
Roll me a 1d20. No additional, no additional effects on the explosion's immediate detonation. Then roll me another 1d20.
It scares me.
19. Sadly, the mine does hold. Small debris and dust begin to fall. It does not seem to trigger a rock fall or a major cave-in.
Sadly.
Well, it looks like you're, in regards to trying to cut yourselves off from the enemy, sadly. In regards to your own entire potential survival, luckily.
Yeah.
But let's see. Fireball's coming up. Dex saves. Gonna be a lot. Oh, didn't mean to move you.
And then I will just, if I can click on Roll20. If Roll20 wants to move me, please, that'll be lovely.
Roll 20's being wonky for me as well.
Yep, just around here, and then
Okay,
pat
so
Lycan on the shoulder.
Deathlock's both succeeded. The Myrmidons had failed, and only one elemental had failed. So most had gotten 17 or above. Sorry, yeah, Myrmidons failed. The elemental itself failed. Yeah, okay, that's right. So 15 damage at half. But you do get the feeling that another fireball casting in this area can produce rock falls or cave-ins even, and potentially additional effects, maybe due to gases. They just didn't happen to
Red,
trigger this time.
you know what to do.
Yeah. All right.
I'll salute you.
But did come out as total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. A little bit over 100 damage total. So very nice.
Sheesh.
And technically speaking, outside of your view, but I imagine Red would hear one crumbling. You technically did finish off one. That was one of the ones super low from before. Alright. Oh, I accidentally removed the wrong one from initiative. The one that's supposed to go after you got removed. One moment. Yeah, it's this one that's at initiative 0. There we go. Set to turn order. Down. This one. It will not seemingly show any signs. Oh, that got pulled down. that, of pursuing. It seems to immediately head further down. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 60. Okay. Out turn order. Last round of the Macarena for that ends. And then Elemental here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And then that would be 10 feet down. Or 20, that's 20 feet down, so I wouldn't be able to get there. So 55, 60 gets to there. That one's gonna raise its shield. Macarena, red.
Okay, I tap Destiny's coin for good luck, and I cross the bridge.
Okay.
Go to there. Well, there.
Hey, Lycan, do you think he's gonna come back to us? He's gonna come back to us, right?
Hey,
As you
25. That's 25 feet. I'll stop there.
Okay. As you step back, you will notice it looks like they seem to have assumed that you are, as it's seen your allies fleeing, that you are leaving. And they seem to not pursue chase. They seem to kind of make their way back. But you will notice their kind of skulls kind of turn, leaving kind of normal where the shoulders should stop the head to kind of turn to face you.
Alright, right in the middle of the two bosses, I'm going to cast Sickening Radiance, right in the middle of them.
Okay.
So, they can't be exhausted, but the elementals can. I'm thinking.
Maybe.
And then, now that I've cast that, 25 feet, I'm going to go 25 feet, right back to where I was. And it's 30 feet radius around this point, like right in the middle of them.
Yep.
So it should catch a lot. It's radius, so it goes
Mhm.
down, up, around corners. So it's like 30 feet up, 30 feet down, 30 feet across.
If this thing will allow me to stretch it. There we go.
So it's 60 feet across, 30 feet up, 30 feet down.
Good. So be one bit bigger here. Mouse will. There we go. Set to behind. And set to 0. Square. There you go.
Probably a bit further down, because I don't want to catch myself in it.
Good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep. Okay.
And then I'll go back to here. And I'll nod at my, well, I can't see my companions, but hopefully they know I've done something real
And
stupid.
then roll me that 4d10 as well for this round of damage.
Oh, that's terrible.
Okay. There. This one will go. Okay. There. He won't. Let's do this save. That's that, and there's there. Right there. Macarena dance. Lichen. Continuing to retreat further into the cave. Or out of the cave for that matter.
Yep, I think so.
Okay.
I will wait here for red.
Okay. Kolar. Follow in suit.
I'll stay here for a bit, but I will bonus action heal Lycan for 2d6.
Okay. So just taking the holding a revolver or taking a dodge action as your action then?
Yeah,
Do you roll that or do I roll that?
I rolled it, so you're getting that 7, mister.
Ah. Thanks, pal. Thanks, King.
Alright. That one should still be in range, even with the height. So, we'll do his con save. Okay. Skeletons are no longer turned undead. And then, let's see. We're being these guys here. And then with that, I think it's to that point. Just double check for this one. Okay. Applied. Red is your go.
Oh, all right. I just pop my head across again. Oh,
Okay.
they're all gone.
You see rubble slightly scattered on the ground in piles.
Ah. Um, they all got gone pretty quick. I will. See, we don't have anything that causes fire. My spell slots are burnt. I'm not dropping concentration on this. Okay. Oh, I know what I've got. I have an oil flask. Can I make like a Molotov cocktail and throw it?
Out of olives? Olive oil?
It's like, you know, a flask of lantern oil.
Oh, lantern oil, that's, yeah.
Been carrying olive oil this whole time.
Our food was so unseasoned. Could have just put olive oil.
It always stuck to the. It's ruined so much. Stuck to so many pans.
Don't
I have
let
one
Eclipse
flask
know.
of oil. So yeah, if I can throw an oil, like a lit oil flask.
Sure.
I don't know how far I can throw it.
Your strength times 5, I would. It's 10, I would say, because of
Oh,
how
so the
strong
100.
creatures are.
Okay.
Because it'd be like
Okay, so
your modifier for reference.
my modifier is +2.
So no, it would be 5 times your no. That modifier would make the most sense. I can double check. There should be something that tells a range here. How far? Let's see. Let's be considered improvised weapon. 10 plus strength modifier feet or twice that with disadvantage. Let's see. Weight of a small object. 5 feet. Okay, this is additional. So we put it under 5 pounds, a small object. It'd be 30 feet normally, and then 60 feet with disadvantage maximum. Simplification.
Well,
But you're not
since,
necessarily worried about where it's gonna land per se.
since it's arcing down, like, because that's further down, like 60 feet would here, but it's it's the further momentum because it's going 40 feet down. Do you know what I mean? Could I get it into the hole?
Yeah, I mean, if you step, if for simplicity sake, you step an extra 5 feet if you have the movement speed, you just lock it in just fine. Otherwise, you'd roll a disadvantage. If you roll high enough, you get it in there. If you're at disadvantage, otherwise it cracks 5 feet before.
Like 60 feet if I was on a flat surface, right? Because I'm on a downward slope, it would go, like I could get it a bit further down into the hole, right? With the same range.
If you use Manhattan rules, it only makes it further, technically speaking, if you're trying to target something of that nature. So, for reference, you're still attacking for disadvantage or throwing at disadvantage. So, for simplicity's sake, roll a 1d20 with disadvantage, roll 2d20 taking disadvantage plus your dexterity modifier. If you roll and meet the DC that I set, it will go right into
Ugh.
the gap, otherwise it'll land on the ground.
Okay, that's 13.
13. I will say that 13 does not reach the distance to get the extra momentum there. It will crack
but I
here.
throw it in there.
You still throw it in there, nonetheless. So I still will have you roll me a 1d20, but I won't have you roll me a 1d20 with advantage if it would have gotten in there. Okay. As you throw it down there, you watch as it kind of gets closer towards the gases accumulating. It seems to cause a spark, a much larger explosion than it would normally. However, the structure of the mine in that area seems to remain stable.
Okay, I'll shout to my companions to get over here and help out, create some fire. Now, I have 2 attacks. Does that just count as 1 attack?
Yes, that would be a improvised weapon, so as long as you have more oil to throw, you could. Though
What if I
it
throw a
is.
torch?
You could, yeah, the fire starter, you could. It would take an action normally to light a torch. But you do get the feeling, at least for now, the creatures don't seem as though they're going to pursue you. Continuing to throw explosives may cause them to send the elementals, even if the undead themselves cannot pursue. You've seen the elementals capable.
I mean, I've got prestidigitation, which I can start a small fire. But is there anything flammable around?
I would say maybe you have some extra planks from that you didn't use for the bridge on the other side. Oh, they're on the right side from the map.
And with those barrels over there that say TNT, they're not
And
TNT.
as noted, they were not TNT, but there was, as noted, it was for drinks. So there was a mixture of water and ale in some of those barrels.
Oh shit! You're right. You know what, DM, you are genius. So we got a flask of dwarven ale. I have a flask of dwarven ale,
Mhm.
and there should be some burning like oil on the ground. I'm gonna throw the flask of ale at the oil.
Okay. Same parameters. Disadvantage at that distance. A 15
Oh
with
shit!
mod. Oh, sorry, we disadvantage. Yeah, it is nat 1.
Goodbye ale.
As ale goes, perfect intention, everything lined up. It just kind of gets too little of an arc, and just smashes on the ground where the sickening radiance is. It is still enough to roll a normal 1d20 roll because there's enough gas in this area. It could still cause a centralization there, just not where you wanted it. But you roll a 1d20 nonetheless. Okay. It does trigger a secondary explosion, which means you'll roll advantage on the next 1d20 for this one. So roll again, roll me 2d20. This time we'll be taking the highest result. A natural 20. Okay. With that in mind, a major cave-in does occur, but you do get the feeling because of where it exploded, it kind of caves in on this upper portion, right where the kind of the median line, or the median, but kind of the direct line of where it begins to descend, where the ladders would be. This portion begins to collapse, blocking off, at least for now, this area. Like so. Wait, put that in the right layer. Lighting layer. Okay. So that blocks off here for you. You do get the feeling that whole area, kind of that
Well, what
wall, which kind
may,
of collapse, giving indication that.
yeah, may I
Hmm?
make
Yeah.
a like an argument that
Hmm?
it could collapse further back because there's already a burning fire back there. So whatever gas would have ignited here, surely there's already a fire here from the first ale
I would
explosion,
say
from the
with
oil.
I would say with the natural 20, you're aware that it expanded further, but it's probably where the initial explosion and the residue from the impact indicates that it probably didn't get as far as you wanted to. Enough probably could cover more ground, enough to definitely take more time for maybe the creatures to move around, but probably not enough to
I didn't
seal everything in that regard.
I didn't catch the creatures in it. Obviously,
Correct.
um they've retreated. But the all right.
It should be not feasible for any non-elemental. I mean, you've seen that these creatures do get carried by the elementals and can travel with them, but they can't exit this area anyway. So it simply limited anyone from coming in contact with them without elemental interaction, basically.
Okay, and they can't pass through stone. Only the elementals can. I'm assuming.
You have seen them riding on the elementals so far, being able to move with the elementals, but they are trapped in this barrier by somewhat force that you have seen.
Okay. Like, and we've collapsed the tunnel.
But with that in mind, as that portion of the tunnel is collapsed, that will end combat for now. These creatures might seem to retaliate, maybe at another time, but they do allow you to get some distance to recover, at the very least. But we'll take 10 here, then we'll come back to play out the last 30.
Man, can't believe Rock's fooled and Red died.
So now what? We just... Well, job done, well done. Let's go home, guys.
Yeah, we go tell the miners. Yeah, totally safe, guys. Totally cleared it out.
Yeah, don't open up that tunnel we sealed. And you should be good, guys. All good. Problem solved.
We only want them
Hey,
to make mine some
give us that
lead for
element.
us.
Build us a case so we can put this these pearls in or whatever the
Shard.
the shards, yeah. Get back to work.
Well, Holly has got some explaining to do, but everyone seems to have some kind of dark shit going on in Phandalin.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with this town, man?
Everyone comes to Phandalin to run away from their problems, except for Volo, who came there to sing.
No, everyone there goes there to bring their problems.
Rip Volo.
Can't wait for like old man Melvin to be like some sort of war criminal or something like that.
Now he's like a retired veteran epic paladin who's just gonna come in and help us. Only guy
His
with
choice
a
of
baggage,
weapons a pitchfork.
with an
And
eyeball
pitchfork and
attached to it.
Yeah, and the knife as well.
Or
He's a paladin rogue.
he's just gonna smite people with that fork with the eyeball on it.
The eyeball is a magic item. You can see the future with the eyeball.
Just some random like random guy just had a randomly magical eye for no reason at all.
The eye is his patron. He's an eldritch. He's a
No,
great old one warlock.
well, we don't know it.
Paladin.
But the eye that he poked out was a hag's eye. He knew all along. Did us a favor.
Melvin's been controlling everything from the start. We should have known. He's the one who told Kalor what hotel to stay at, and that's where the crow was.
Oh, that color's gone.
Old man
Yeah, Melvin knew.
You've been Tiamat this entire time.
Melvin is Varangol. What a twist. Never seen them in the same room together. Actually, I think Kalor did.
I think wasn't he in the? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he what? I think he was in the room when we first froze time when we met him.
Yeah. Kalor came in and Melvin was eaten, and then Varangol was just sitting in the corner. But we couldn't see Varangol. Only Kalor could see Melvin and Varangol. And he's dead now. Coincidence?
So what's some skeleton necromancers doing at the bottom of a cave?
We did get their names.
I mean, I started a chat with the wrong skeleton.
Yeah, funny that it was a trap. Who could have foreseen this?
Who could have seen that?
Yeah, but what are we
Didn't know
gonna
that there
do?
would be necromancers, but I guess we could have figured that out by the being skeletons there.
To be honest, they weren't really they're good necromancers. I don't think they cast a single raise undead thing, and they're running elementals, not.
Can I say that
Undead.
to their faces or like?
Well, I didn't get a chance.
You're the shit.
I think he sent the message. A clear enough message. I think they mentioned something about Mistra at the end there. So maybe they're just angry former Mystrians, or whatever
No,
you call someone who
They're
follows
just
Mistra.
trolling red. Because I was
were Mistra followers, but then she betrayed us by trapping us in this one cave.
my headset was slightly like clicking out at the same time, so I didn't hear what the DM said about Mistra.
Red said to them, Mistra protects her followers or some shit. Mistra protects us. And then they said in response, Mistra doesn't appreciate her followers or some bullshit like that. Making it seem like they were Mistra forgets her followers. There you go. It's making it seem like they've been scorned by Mistra. Maybe because they died and became skeletons. Maybe she doesn't fuck with that. If we had Quinn with us and maybe another party member, I think we could have handled that combat pretty easily.
I think just
Well,
Quinn
maybe
would have been
not
fine.
easily. Yeah, even that.
Because he would have been like Eldritch blast them down into the pit.
Yeah. Any damage is damage.
No, just that like he would have just because if you knock them down off those little platforms, they take falling damage and get knocked prone, which means they have to use half their movement to get back up, and like we just would have pinned them down. It would have been really good. You guys do anything good for Australia Day?
I was at home. Ah.
I touched grass. I went for a picnic with my father. And I got sunburned for the first time in ages.
Oh,
Well, I'm so proud of you. Do you want a pat on the back or something like that?
No, it hurt my back because I'm sunburnt.
I'll pat it harder then. Teach you.
Fuck you!
Put on sunscreen.
Ow! Fair.
I did like a big harbor swim, so like a 2.5K race in the harbor, Sydney Harbor. It was really cool.
Damn. You trust that water?
I'd take a few showers afterwards, but it took about an hour to swim it. It was I never swam that far in open water before, so yeah, it was pretty scary. You can't see the bottom for most of it, but you know, I'm glad I did it.
Yeah, 1 hour in the river, 2 hours in the shower, honestly.
I'm sure Sydney Harbour's better than the Brisbane River.
Alright. So, as you did collapse a large portion of that area. Also,
Does he have like a
takes
one-liner that he says before he turns around and walks off?
coolest guys don't
red?
look at explosions.
Consider yourself mined.
No miners allowed.
Caution undead dealt with.
Yeah. Sorry to bury the hatchet. Something like that.
Lycan comes running back through after hearing this loud boom. What was that?
Yeah, Red will like move back to the group. I have to go all the way around. I'm out of combat though, right, Dame? I can just kind of
Yes,
walk around.
you're not in turn order. You can just walk around.
All right, yeah. Let's say the cavern's been collapsed for now. I don't know if that'll hold them, but I certainly hope that it sends a message that we weren't defeated and will be so easily trifled with next time.
I'll use like almost all of the charges of my aura to heal Lycan and Red. How many turns left was that?
I believe it was 7. So
Okay,
it'd be
3
4.
turn.
Yeah.
3 turns on Red, 4 turns on Lycan.
Yeah. So 66 and then
So-
86.
6d6.
Okay.
My rolls
Change
are bad.
music back.
Oh my god!
Do we roll it or does Kalor roll it?
You can roll it.
8d6, you say?
I'll use a second wind just to
Patch
make
yourself
up.
up.
Oh, that's terrible too. Plus 5.
You have now gathered
I'm-
some names of these creatures that seem to have some relation, either good or bad unknown, to Mistra as well. Still the potential danger of the Earth Elementals themselves traveling, but it seems like these creatures have been warded off from transversing past the barrier themselves, past the bridge gap itself by another barrier to begin with.
Okay, well we DM is the areas that we've cleared up until this point, up until the bridge basically. Were there any lead nodes?
Not visible there, but you do know that there is more spaces technically to the north up here, just technically off map, that could be more resources. They did mention there was others here. It seemed like this area is more of those kind of rare gem stones and things of that nature. Veins leading further on that way.
Okay. I mean, lead should be kind of common, I'd think, but okay, well.
For reference of time's sake, you would be able to, traveling north, you would be able to find at least enough for what you're looking for. Though you do get the feeling the area is still unsafe, given the elemental still continuing presence in the area.
Correct. And when you say find what we need, it's like find what we need for someone to mine, right? Not just to grab.
Correct. You found enough that with the right equipment you could obtain the lead needed to make the box.
Okay. Well, and there's no way we'd like grab a couple pickaxes and grab it now and leave. Like
If
we
there
would need miners.
No, in theory I believe you could with a pickaxe. I can double check, see. Let's see. Yes, it is possible to use a pickaxe for more basic mining for softer deposits, while still posing risks of lead poisoning, things of that nature, but not necessarily in the 5e mechanics to worry about. But yeah, so that you would be able to harvest from the soft deposits enough to give Dahlia for them to craft.
I mean, how much time would that take for us to do?
Maybe an hour, let's say.
I think we have. I think the initiative's in our favor. We have on their ass because we just collapsed the tunnel. I'd say we just grab it now.
And will you be swinging the pickaxe?
Red grabs pickaxe. I probably have the strongest. Does Red have the highest strength of the group right now?
Potentially.
10 strength for me.
I have
15.
Oh, I have 14. All right, yeah, you beat me.
That same modifier, just slightly stronger in that regard, technically speaking. One second.
Lycan becomes grumpy as he's being made to do regular day's work, free of charge.
It reminds him of the sea days in the Underdark.
Reminds him of when he was a slave.
Well, then, just supervise then.
But as noted, they do not disturb you for that hour. So it seems like they are focused on their own restoration potentially.
And I'm still, I was still concentrating on spell in the last 10 minutes, so at least that would mess him up for a little bit, or
Yep.
deter him.
Yep. Additional deterrence. But none of them burrow out and attack you, as noted. And then, as noted, time passes. You obtain enough to give Halia. What would you like to do next?
Let's get out of here. Because the distance, I'll probably summon a couple phantom steeds, and then we can ride them back.
Is that something you can just do?
It's a ritual.
Okay.
So it takes 20 minutes for 2 horses,
Wizard things.
but it saves us, like, but they go 13 miles an hour, so
Yep. Considerable amount of time in comparison.
I think normally is like 3 miles an hour at push.
Alright. So regrouping at Fort Vandalin from there. Let's see. Grab this here. And bring over. Okay. There we are. As you return, you would notice Darren keeping watch from atop. Zorbo also keeping watch from above. Mortimer is checking his instruments and showing off a few of his small artifacts to some of the children from the fort nearby, kind of showing the little like prestidigitation items, things like that, doing mini parlor tricks. Lucius is Stranger's cat. Halia was seen outside of her tent. She seems to be carving what looks to be some potatoes from some rations they had gathered to the nearby area, assisting the people here. What would you like to do?
I don't want to steal the show too much. You guys got something to do?
No.
I'll back you up.
I'll walk over to Halia assertively, and I will hold the papers that are recovered from the mine up to her.
Showing her journal or showing the miner's documentation?
Showing everything.
Okay. She'll kind of look over the papers, and she'll look over towards the journal. She seems very kind of cold-faced, as usual.
And I'm also like very investigative, like interrogative.
You can insight, if you'd like to insight.
Oh, sure.
She will say, I don't know where you found my journal. I lost that weeks ago before the mine even closed.
Oh, sorry, wrong save.
Oh, good. And she will then say, looking over to the writings, yes, we didn't believe the deep miners that were established in that area at first glance. A lot of them had tapped into the ale supplies that were down there. Every time you hear something, see something, it's not actually there until we were overwhelmed by their forces.
What were you looking for?
Gold,
And
gems, silver, lead. What you find in a mine.
save me the deflection or misdirection. I saved your life. We saved your life. You were dead in Phandalin a few days ago. What did you find down there, or what you hiding?
With your insight, she seems to be telling the truth so far, at the very least. Seems to. She
Can
will.
I insight?
Yeah, you could.
No, I won't. I won't. What do we call it? Guidance.
Yeah, because you'd be casting a spell, that'd be visual.
Ooh.
It does seem like she's telling the truth that she didn't have her journal weeks before the mines collapsed. She didn't know how you had found such a thing or where you had found such a thing, even though when you had found it, it was in her quarters. It does seem like she was appointed to gathering resources in the mines, just the normal. She listed hopefully finding gold or silver of that nature. Um, you do get the feeling that there might be something else in terms of goals, but not really revolving around the mine per se.
You're
But you don't know what
withholding
it is.
information. Spill it. We will find out sooner or later.
In regards to the mines, I'm telling you everything that I'm aware about, and that was in my position. Like I said, we didn't trust the deep miners, what they had said all the time. Usually you could let go of what most they say. Then we were pushed out by those stone creatures. And as she switches to being more specific about the mine, like, and you do feel that she's telling the truth, that at first they didn't seem to believe the ones they called the deep miners stationed in that area, because they were always kind of over drinking and getting a little too rowdy and saying they see stuff or things of that nature, until it actually was already too late.
Hmm.
What's your goal with the shard that was recovered from your corpse?
That was what those little goblin things seem to be trying to shave into the minus exchange for. It was
How
simply
did
a.
you come by the crystal?
Well, we managed to fend off a few of them, saw that it was seemingly important enough for them. It was placed by the miners' exchange when it was first built. It's a strange artifact from the mine, placed there as a ceremonious type of thing. No one knew it was important till those little things started trying to chip away at it. Figured if it's some value, you might as well take it instead of letting them grab it.
Is that truthful?
Yes, it does appear to be.
Okay.
She was not aware of the shards being more powerful than they were, and realizing that there must be some value since these creatures are trying to dislodge it from the mine. That when they had defeated the small group, they were able to took it, knowing it had to be important.
Do the names Valthorin and Zypharos mean anything to you?
Confusing sounding names. No, never met him, never heard about him. Seems to be telling the truth.
Well, those are the names of two necrotic skeleton necromancers that are controlling all of what's left of your deep miners.
So I
They're
take it
also
you weren't
working
able
with
to
the
defeat them then?
elementals. We were not.
No. That is discouraging, to say the least.
We were able to procure some lead that we hope you can use to build a safety box for the rest of the shards.
Like I said, you managed to get him. It's one of my ways of repaying you back. I'll gladly take the time to make it. I don't know who
Go work
copied
with
my
mine.
writing on
Well,
that journal, but as you can see, she flips over to show what you had noticed, but she herself is seeing it for the first time. They simply copied my handwriting to add more days onto it. They didn't have enough control of my handwriting to be able to write something new, so they mimicked what was already there. Simply changing the dates. So whoever was going there for something else did want to set it up as me.
this is
Well,
really confusing.
who
Why
else
would
knew
this
about
happen?
what you were looking for in the mines that's survived this Fandolin siege?
Kinda got lost there. What did you say there, Lycan?
Who else knows about what's in the mine?
Aside from the miners themselves, the red brands used to be aware about the activities there. You know, the miners would sometimes share drinks with them. I imagine Town Master, before his untimely end, would be a few people I could easily think of.
Lycan will turn to Red and he'll bring up a question. I don't know if we've actually done this yet, but because this used to be the Red Brand's fort, I assume there'd be like some letters or manifestos of correspondence of them and their allies' operations. Is maybe we can go looking for anything that shows that they were doing anything with the mine? If we haven't found that already, just from living here for however long.
I
Yeah,
think we would have searched the
you
desks already.
you would have stumbled upon something of importance if it was there.
Okay. I have an idea. Are we I didn't want to do this. Are we sure that the operations here in this fort had something to do with the mines? red brands, I mean. If that's the case, then there is only one person alive I know who has been to both places, at least Phandalin and this fort. And he looks like me. DM, I will take out the Orb of Scrying.
Heard.
And I will look for Kepler. I did not want to look for this man. But if it will give it an answer, then I shall. I'm sorry if I sprung that on you. I didn't mean to, like, what's this embassy up to all of a sudden?
It's all good. Let me see. 1 second. Let's see. Some saving throw.
He's getting laid. He's like, hang on, I sent something. He just stops.
Hard to say
So
for
knowledge.
goes faster.
I'm looking at the spell.
yeah,
I have
familiar definitely. Be that, and then the
connect.
connection.
Well, I am a copy of him, so likeness or picture.
I would say, yeah, at least likeness. Be, if that's the case, -7. And then against your
Well,
spell
hang on.
save.
So hit the connection is a save modifier for. Okay. I don't get why what that's a plus. Familiar, so you know the target well, -5. And then
Yeah.
connection body part. I am a copy of him, so don't I have his body parts?
I would think the ones literally in him would be what they would refer to them as.
But
A copy would be of
but
you.
but the simulacrum spell requires parts
Yeah.
of the original to create the simulacrum. It requires fingernails and hair. And it says bit of nail. And hair.
I guess that would fit.
I'm trying to argue, but
Yeah, because I mean, like,
you're the
it would,
judge.
in a way, it'd be consumed to create the rest at that point, and then the rest of it would no longer be the exact. It would be 1.1 instead of 1.0, basically. You'd sacrifice 1.0 to make 1.1 in that regard, and it'd be you now.
Possession. Do I have something that belongs to them? I don't think so. Unless the ruby. I don't know you'd have to rule that.
Yeah,
Alright, that's how
Yeah, I would say that those aspects would be consumed as a part of the consumable for the item to be crafted, or in this case, your spell to be crafted to become it. I would think the 1-to-1 ratio would be a literal clone versus simulacrum because it can go into that body versus simulacrum. But let me grab here, grab a sheet. Monster. And then depending on their roll, we'll see what we see or what we don't see. Here we go. And perfect. 7. And then with your spell save DC at 17, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, with that in mind, you can see he is at a ball currently. Looks like there are dozens of what look to be nobles and other people of interest. You can see some adventurers, it looks like, around. Outside the window of one of the large glass structures, it looks like evidence of being in a city of Neverwinter.
Scary.
Do I see anyone that we recognize? Like Kalor's parents, or
Um, sure, that'd be interesting.
or
He would see Clore's parents at the very least. There is of
hmm,
the it is of the upper class in this case. Um, you don't get a feeling that this is a ball of purely irreputable folk. It seems to be just of the upper class, so good and not good aligned here.
and
This conversation.
Cora
Mhm.
and Elena? They're not there, obviously. I don't know.
No, they wouldn't be there. Um, the conversations don't appear to be anything of something of importance. It doesn't seem like it's a private area per se. More like flattery going back and forth. He's talking to just different nobles and adventurers there, seeming just acting the part. Let me see if
Okay.
anyone else of interest. You would see Tive there, the hunter.
Hmm.
He seems to be. He looks as though he's a bodyguard for someone else. And that appears to be a female adventurer with what looks to be scales on her, kind of around her arms. They seem to be of silverish hue, having a long dress that seems to have resembled small dragon scales, sizes of more like wormlings, kind of fitting her dress. That everyone else kind of fits with like merchant heads, things of that nature. But as noted, the original Colores family is there, both of them.
And this Kalor can see it because we're doing it through the crystal ball, so he can see his not parents.
Well, familiar
Mm.
bunch of redheads. No.
Yeah, if they don't have any ears the same way as my parents did, that's odd.
Is
I had
Kalor's
parents.
brother looking healthy,
Yeah.
alive, not dead?
Currently, for now, he is alive.
I guess the
None of
deal
current
was
law has anything.
Kalor or his brother,
Mm.
right? So because main Kalor's dead, I guess his brother's okay.
Hmm.
None of current law has anything to say about it.
If one
Assassination
brother
attempt.
must live. One
Wonder
of
what he's doing
us.
there.
Honestly, Kalora would probably just be like, they look kind of familiar. But, like, not say anything about it.
Mhm.
Red would know them, I think, from Kepler backstory.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't know them, but he'd have the memory of them.
He'd know what they
Correct.
look like. He'd know that they were Kalor's family.
I think
Which is why I probably tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Look at this."
for the small time that Lycan was a bodyguard, he would have met reputable people. Um, as he was protecting Volo. So he may have seen these people too.
He wouldn't know them
I'm
by name.
guessing. No, not by name, but he'd recognize their face maybe.
He's famous. Why? What could he possibly be doing in Neverwinter?
Do you mean Kepler?
Yeah.
He loves a show, and he loves an audience, and staying out in the wilds was mostly uncharacteristic for him, which is why I came out here in the first place. I thought I would never encounter him, but there he is, back in civilization.
When did we last see him? During the aftermath of the Faye incident.
Yes, that's correct.
Hang on a second. This might be a reach, DM, but when we
Okay.
saw him, did he have he just had his weapons out, right? Like he was fighting something. He didn't like have anything specific in his hands.
He
Try.
had Elwin, right?
Yeah, he did. He
I, I
did. He did have the shard and the weapon and Elwin in his possession.
but it's just Korra's shard. Okay, I was gonna say like, did he have one of the shards? And I've just made that connection, but no.
No, he
Never
didn't. He
mind.
didn't have one of the black shards. He had Elwin shard. The Elwin shard, but the shard
That would have
from.
been some
Yeah.
big
Wild
foreshadowing.
magic.
Long con. All right, never mind then. If he
Seems
is
dead end.
still allied with the Cragmaws, perhaps he would be doing something with the mines.
Oh well, as the image is still in the crystal ball, I'll maybe tap Halia, point to Kepler. Ghost effect looks like red, and just say, "Have you ever seen that man before?"
Potentially. Hard to tell because he looks so similar to yourself, but different hair and all. Maybe. Can't pinpoint where though.
Maybe. Are you still hiding things?
'Cause I'm telling you the truth.
Very well. How long will it take you to make the box?
Let's see. Double check time crafting here. About maybe 3 days worth of work to make enough space. Get to the dimensions you're looking for.
Go to see Maza and a few of your miners. I want it done by the morning.
See what I can do. Worst case, a day and a half.
Because Kalor has smith tools proficiency, how quickly could they actually make it? Because you can tell bullshit on them doing that kind of shit.
I would say with your knowledge, 3 days is accurate with the proper tools. With additional assistance and hands, half a day seems reasonable. That, without having to do a roll, just you having proficiency in tools. Seems like she's telling you the truth. A day is just not
Kalor,
feasible.
would you able to help? Or lead these into making it properly?
He stretches a bit. Just say, "Aye, aye, Captain." It's yours.
I'm not your captain. I'm your friend. I only ask you because you are the expert.
I, look, man. I'm just calling you a nickname. Okay.
Very well.
If
I
you don't want
understand.
to have fun nicknames between each other, then fine. You know what? Okay. And I'll just walk off.
Like and smokes.
Okay. Stop smiling, Major.
Talia will say, well, while you're sorting your nicknames, I'll get to work on the box.
Don't sound so dour. We've just cleared your minds out. With regard, well, with the exception of a few necromancers and elementals, but mostly the same.
They'll be fine.
Cleared
They'll
it
be
enough
fine.
so I still can't use it. But clear enough. And
Well.
she'll take the box, the containers for the items for the box. She'll begin to move in, trying to call out for some of her men. You can tell that she definitely can remember people's, at least only close people's names, because she's calling out each individual guy as she points to them. The ones that have served underneath of her to help with the project. Sparing really
As
no
she
time
walks
putting into work.
away, Lycan will say to the party, "I don't trust her."
No. Holly is pretty untrustworthy, but she's not let me down so far.
She's keeping something secret. It might not have anything to do with the mines or Kepler, but she has her own motives for staying here.
I mean, I have my hunch, DM, what she is. But I think it's a player hunch, so I don't think I can.
You think she's a changeling?
No, I think she's a Zent.
What's a Zent?
Zentarum. She's a smuggler and like into that whole underworld trade business.
Well, surely she would have killed Kalora a long time ago. I guess we haven't stayed here long enough. Or maybe she doesn't know about that Zentrum shit we stole.
Oh no, I don't think like she would be plugged into that stuff. Like, you know, like she's not the Zent leader, but she's like in the network.
Yeah.
They operate more like cells, out of character.
That's why I think she's being shady.
That's true.
But with that in mind, we are at our time. So we will leave with the mysteries of what's going on for next time. But you have confronted Halia. Halia, as you have incited, seems to be telling the truth that someone has simply copied over her previous days onto her paperwork, has inability to actually copy her actual writing to remake the other days. She did seem like she did lose the book while the final events were falling into place. And she had seemingly dismissed what the other miners were saying from the deep miners, because those people are known to be uh, ramblers in that regard, as they would get too drunk on dwarven ale. But you have at
Do we know
least
that for a fact, or is that just her opinion?
that seems to be from her point of view, at the very least. From her, your
Okay.
insight onto her, that she believes that everyone doesn't really trust them because those type of miners get drunk all the time to, ease through the hardship that they do with their labor. But at least you saw from one of the letters that at least one of them seemed to be a little more less loopy, maybe, or was completely loopy when he's writing. Either one of the two. A case could be made potentially. But as noted, you do get that feeling that she is probably not the most trustworthy person, as you had said. But maybe just not for maybe for other reasons than what you're prying for now. So, with that in mind, we will leave it here and see where we venture next time.